Hellpod launch suspended.
The creek needs us, we must go.
The creek needs us. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. For Super Earth.
For Super Earth! For Super Earth! Hey everyone, Ervin here again, and today we're going to be talking about smoke, what it can and cannot do for you in Helldivers 2. I want to mention here that I do have a playlist covering all manner of stealth mechanics that should be appearing in the top right corner about now. So when you're done with this video, if you're looking for more of the same, then look no further. That being said, let's get started. Alright, so smoke in Helldivers 2 comes in 4 different forms. There are the mushroom spore looking things that you see on several planets that when walked over emit what I'm going to be simply referring to from now on as smoke cover, as all sources of this function exactly the same in every capacity. There's the G3 smoke grenade you unlock from page 8 of the basic Mobilize Warbond, as well as the Eagle Smoke Strike and Orbital Smoke Strike. All of these generate the same effect of smoke cover. So what can this do for us? Well, smoke cover interferes directly with enemy pathfinding and line of sight, meaning anytime there is smoke cover and more than 10 meters of space between you and the enemy will lose sight of you, causing them to revert from an alerted status to either the patrolling or soft alerted status as we talked about in our previous stealth tips video. Somewhere between the moment you pass through the smoke and they collide with it, they'll lose you. Keep in mind though that while these enemies are in the process of losing you, in the case of the bots especially, they will continue to fire into the smoke where they last saw you. So after passing through an element of smoke cover, make sure to move at an angle you were not previously going in order to avoid being shot. Smoke can also prove to be very beneficial when it comes to handling an objective or extracting, as enemies are unable to lock onto you or your allies while within smoke cover, only firing at the location where the smoke was entered. This can allow you to get out of hot extractions alive you otherwise wouldn't have, as well as get hot objectives done such as geological surveys, which result in mandatory reinforcement waves you are inclined to deal with. This function remains intact when it comes to the bugs, as it's very common for bugs to stop dead when coming into contact with smoke cover, unable to find a path through it. Keep in mind though that enemies within 10 meters, regardless of smoke cover, can still detect you and will still attack you. It's far from invincibility. It's also worth mentioning here that a charger who begins his charge before the smoke takes effect, forcing him to drop his pursuit, will still path directly towards you through it if he begins a charge. Don't let this discourage you from utilizing it, but keep in mind that this will happen often when dealing with chargers specifically. The Bile Titan as well, once it has chosen you as its target for its next attack, will continue to chase you regardless of smoke until it gets the chance to do so. Interestingly, Eagle Smoke is deployed with a physical projectile that can both harm you and destroy buildings, although the projectiles are decently small and spread out, so don't rely on them for this purpose. Smoke cover is also a crucial part of a commonly used strategy in defensive scientist evacuation missions. By utilizing a rotation of smoke and having the majority of your squad fight the reinforcement calls away from the evacuation site, one of you is able to spam smokes in all forms, keeping the enemy from dropping on your position, as well as preventing the enemy from locking onto the evacuating scientists, making this objective type significantly easier, or even possible in some cases, especially when it comes to the automaton variant. Smoke, as I covered in a previous video, can also interrupt the pathing of enemies during the now no longer active TCS objective, forcing the swarm to engage you over the silos. This isn't relevant now as this objective is no longer available, but will almost certainly apply to any future objectives where we must protect a map object. So I would still say it's useful to know about this. Smokes deal absolutely no damage when you throw them from your hand. Therefore, they cannot close any nests or destroy fabricators. If you plan to bring smoke grenades, make sure to plan around them with your loadout by bringing other frequently used tools for this task, such as the grenade launcher, the spear, or the autocannon. Otherwise, make sure to play near an ally who brought explosives to the match. I'm sure they'll be glad to have you around to help them break pursuit from the enemy when it becomes necessary. Do not throw smoke directly at any enemy who is currently unalerted, as doing so will be considered a combative action by the game and will result in them becoming alerted, so be careful where you throw your grenades. Smoke strikes and orbital smokes will also be considered the same as other red stratagems, causing all nearby enemies to become alerted and begin seeking you out, so basically the same as the grenades. Don't use these stratagems directly on top of enemy units as you will be disappointed in the results.
And now, another helpful tip from General Brash.
Era Vin, who is most certainly not a coward, has made a great effort towards arming our soldiers with the knowledge they need to operate their equipment properly. As a result, I am ordering all active Helldivers to like, comment, and subscribe to his channel so that he may continue to be a great asset to the war effort. Failure to do so will result in your C01 permit being revoked. Brass tactics. Use them or die trying.
Alright, that should be just about everything you need to know about how to best utilize smoke. Hopefully you found this short video helpful. Thank you for watching till the end, and have a wonderful day. See ya!